These metals are extremely toxic to infants and children.
It's one of the reasons why we've taken lead out of gas, removed it from paint, cleared it from water pipes, and eliminated it from almost every product you can think of, except from perhaps the most obvious: baby food, where lead and other dangerous heavy metals like mercury and arsenic have tainted top brands for years, in an industry Congress and others have accused of acting with impunity.
Reflects a moral failure, an ethical failure on the part of the industries.
Dr. Philip Landrigan is an epidemiologist, pediatrician, and one of the world's leading advocates for children's health.
It's not acceptable in a society such as ours to allow children to be exposed to these levels of lead in baby food.
Yet Spotlight on America tracked down scientists and food safety advocates who tested these products 5 years ago, warned the companies about the contaminants they discovered, only, they say, to be blown off.
We sort of assumed initially we would reach out to these manufacturers and say, hey, look, you've got a problem, you should fix that. And they would say, well, thanks, we'll look into it. That wasn't really what happened.
Dr. Sean Callan led the team that conducted the largest ever analysis of baby foods, searching for more than 130 contaminants and toxins. The findings were published by the nonprofit Clean Label Project and later in a peer-reviewed journal. Clean Label Project Director Jackie Bowen.
It really came back to these nonprofit consumer advocacy organizations serving as that canary in the coal mine to bring attention.
And the companies took note. In this 2016 email we obtained from the Clean Label Project between their group and the head of quality for Gerber, it's clear the company wants more information, touting transparent communication with consumers around potential food contamination risks. The promising interaction, says Bowen, quickly fizzled, leaving consumers in the dark. That is, until a congressional subcommittee started asking questions, requesting internal documents and test results from the companies that revealed the same problems that Bowen and Callan had warned them about 5 years earlier. Congressional investigators would later call the company's behavior reckless disregard for the health of babies.
You had conversations with very, high-level executives at some of these companies.
Exactly.
So in the face of facts and science, they still chose not to do anything.
Well, it's not even that. It's not even they chose not to do anything. What they chose to do is actually make public statements looking to discredit Clean Label Project.
Plum Organics, then owned by Campbell's, released a public statement criticizing the study, saying, quote, "We and others are highly skeptical of the findings contained in the recent report." Callan says at nearly every turn, companies preferred to put their heads in the sand.
We said, well, you have a problem. They said, well, no, we don't. So, well, no, here's objective third-party data showing that you have a problem. They're like, no, we don't. We have the highest quality product. Well, yeah, we tested the whole industry, and objectively, no, you don't.
But Callan and Bowen didn't stand alone for long. A rising choir of voices took up the mantle with the very data discovered by Callan and Bowen, validated again and again by leading consumer organizations, ultimately triggering action from Congress. 5 years in the making.
I'd rather the products get changed. I'd rather the regulation get passed and have them pretend like it just popped up in 2021. I'd take that every day, because ultimately the point of this is to make a change that's going to protect those vulnerable populations that can't protect themselves.
For Spotlight on America, I'm Lisa Fletcher.